Hey guys, it's my usual place. You have seen my room a million times already. It's just my regular desk, and behind me is a wall and a window. In case you guys don't know, I've been away for 5 days, nearly a week, and it suddenly dawned on me that I really missed homes. So that's why today I'm going to spend time at my room for the weekend. Today it's actually Sunday, to do a little video to chit chat with you guys about my journey, and there are a couple of cool things I want to show you. Basically, it's this competition. It's just like a regular English competition, and I happen to get to go to the final round. And the final round takes place in Da Nang, which is a very beautiful city, and of course, it's the first time ever that I'm on a plane. It's so cool. Of course, like, I did not go to the highest ranking of the plane. I just go by the economy one. It's actually a pretty good experience. Have you guys ever been on a plane before? It's like my first time. Actually, it's my second time because it takes me an hour to go there. It's actually pretty fast because I have no idea. When I go by regular transportation, like car or bus or motorbike, for 1 hour, it takes like really long. It's like a really long journey. But on the plane, it seems like it passed so fast. It seems like it's only 10 minutes. So I will tell you about my plane experience. Is that I looked at the window. The sun like burned my eyes because outside the scene is so beautiful. The sun shines and clouds everywhere. Big clumps of clouds. Normally, if you see like regular clouds, you'll see like, okay, they're just normal, right? But on the plane, when you see outside the window, the clouds has a lot of shapes, from circles to triangles, and a lot of other shapes as well. So it's actually pretty fun. People may be surprised I have never been on a plane before, but yeah, that's me. It's actually pretty fun, and I went with my aunt and uncle. On the plane, I just wrote some diaries, and those are all pretty fun. I wrote some diaries, how I felt on the plane, and at first, I thought that on the plane, we will have like a person, they will have a trolley pass by, and they will ask, do you want to have a drink or some food? But that didn't seem to appear on the economy one. And I also thought that on the plane, each seat will be a screen in front of us for us to listen to music and watch some movies. But on economy, we just don't have that. So I just it surprised me a lot, but the experience is still fun, I guess. It's absolutely amazing. I think that I love the thing that I like most about that is definitely when it went up, it takes off, and it lands. Because imagine you're on a roller coaster, and suddenly you flew up so high that you felt like your heart is about to drop out of your chest right that moment. So it seems like exactly like that. I'm not kidding you at all. It seems like at first, it's a bit noisy actually. And when we take off, the stand is too noisy. And then when we take off, we're on the ground and we take off for so high up in the sky that I felt like my heart is gonna, just flew out my chest. And I don't have a heart anymore. It felt just like that. But that's just the first time. The second time when I went back home, it's totally normal. I didn't feel a single thing. So that feeling is only for the first time if you're not very familiar with flying. But the second time, you feel just normal. There's nothing happened about it. It's actually pretty fun on the airplane, and it's a good experience. Number one experience. I think it will be my core memory. Like, I actually watched a movie Inside Out, and each of us will have about 5 core memories. So I think one of my core memories will be my first time on the airplane. That's my core memory. And then when I went there, because I stayed there with my aunt and uncle, we basically stay in a hotel. And you know what? In Da Nang, there are not a lot of beaches, but there are beaches, and they are excellent, I guess. So basically, I went there, and I went to a place to eat food. The food is actually pretty nice. It's not great, it's not bad. I think it's average to me. Of course, like people from that city will probably like it, but because I am from the north and Da Nang is in the central of Vietnam, so I'm not very familiar with the taste of the food, but I still enjoy eating it, especially. The food there is great, it's sour, it's spicy. I think it seems like a bit spicy when I eat food there, but it also adds all the flavors together, it's wonderful. So yeah, you should probably try the food there too. So I spent the night there, and like from the next day, it's my like 3 days. From 3 days, I stayed there, and it was wonderful, I guess. We stay at bunk beds at the school. We stay at the FBT school in Da Nang, and I think it's amazing. We do a lot of activities because, you know, FBT schools specialize in technology. So we get a gift that's related to technology, and I'll probably show you later. We did a lot of fun activities, and especially I met a lot of new friends, and we still keep contact with each other. One of the coolest activities there is, I think it's definitely the time when I just play Sudoku and got some free presents. So basically, it's a fun fair where we can play anything we want, and I chose the Sudoku part. Sudoku was actually pretty hard, but I figured out in the end, and if we got it all right, we would get a free present. But on the first day, it's a test day, and we do a writing test and a speaking test. On the second and third day, it's the time for us to, you know, have some fun, enjoy some activities, and especially meet new friends. On test day was pretty normal because I'm used to it. We have 30 minutes writing test. I actually don't have enough time to finish my essay. Like, I try to finish my essay as fast as I can, but it still came out great. It's about write a letter to a friend about what will happen in the future. Will we live in Mars, or will we live in a multi-universe? So I just use all my imagination because, you know what, 30 minutes, there are other exercises about related to grammar. I think it takes me like 10 minutes to do the other 2 grammar exercises. That means I only have 20 minutes left. And you know what? If a really good essay, it'll take me about an hour to actually think of ideas, and then another hour or like 3 more hours to write it all down and, you know, copy it, check it, and revise it over again. But because it's only 30 minutes, I just use all my imagination. I said that there's a war between humans and aliens, and they fought with each other. And it's not a utopia as we always thought it would be. So I just use all my imagination. And I think this competition actually helped me a lot with my thinking skills because I have to think fast. If I think slow, then things get worse. And the speaking test, they only give us, like at home, they will only give us a top, for example, music, cooking, food, martial art. And in there, we will only have 5 minutes to prep for our topic with another partner. It's like a debate with another partner. So my topic is that music concert, is it good or bad? And I asked my partner, what do you want to choose? And he said, I chose bad. Of course, I think like almost, not like all of us, but almost all of us will choose music concerts are bad. So I'm good, and I think of some ideas like it's a way to express ourselves. Sometimes we are too scared to dress nicely in front of our friends, but going to the music concert, it's for ourselves. No one knows about us. So we can like freely dress and express ourselves, and a way to treat ourselves. And music concert is a good thing because we get to listen to all types of music and pursue our dreams. So that's all the thing that I talked about in my speech. And I think I did pretty good. Honestly, I did not do bad. I did pretty good. That's the end, and I think I felt a bit relieved, like something out of my chest has broken. And then the next 2 days, I met new friends. We actually slept on bunk beds. It's pretty cool. It's a bit frightening if you sleep on the second beds. It's up high. So the first day at lunchtime, we had to be like an hour to relax. And I go there and I sleep. And I slept there. It's a bit frightening because it's a bit high and I'm scared that I will fall down. So after that, we just get all of the mats and we place them on the floor. And all 6 girls of us just slept on the floor and chit-chatting to each other. One thing about this is that I'm so scared of ghosts. But the thing is that all my, like, roommates, they're not scared. They're not scared at all. So they just told each other ghost stories until 1 a.m. in the morning. While during daylight, and me, I'm just gonna sleep. Because I cannot bear listening to that entire ghost stories. It's so scary. And surprisingly, on the gala, the festival, the final day, I got the first prize. Which is like, it pays off because I worked hard for my speech. I kind of like worked hard with my thinking skills on my writing task. It's actually a bit like, how did I describe it? The feeling when you heard everyone goes on the stage and you're like the last one. That's the feeling of it. And I'm scared that I'll get like I think like every one of us when we go to the final round, like all of us will get a prize. But the difference is that like the smallest prize and the biggest. So surprisingly, I did get the biggest. And I'll show you that present. So basically, this is the present that I got because, of course, FPT school is a technology school. So they will definitely give us something related to technology. Like last year, I received a book and like a normal lamp. But because this year, we stayed at a kind of nice school. It's a technology school, you know, FPT, right? So they give me this as the first prize. So basically, it's the RGB light table lamp Bluetooth speaker with wireless charger. You can definitely see this is the light, this is the Bluetooth speaker, and this is the phone charger. I got it right here, I'll show you. Okay, this is it. It's pretty beautiful. So when I turn on, look at this. Yes, I turn on. It's kind of nice, and this is the Bluetooth mode.
Bluetooth mode.
Yeah. And if you connect if you connect this to your electronic devices, then it's like a speaker. It's a Bluetooth speaker. And this pot right here is for your phone. You will charge your phone right here. The thing is that you cannot just charge your regular phone. Like I use my mom's phone, it doesn't work because it's not the very modern brand. In order to charge this, you will have to have like
power off.
You will have to have an iPhone 13, 14, or a Samsung, kind of like the latest brand. Or for my iPad, I have to have, you know, the case of my iPad. I have no idea how to describe this, but it's basically, it has to be the one that it can connect to this phone charger. Not every phone can charge with this wireless charger. But it's actually a pretty cool present. It's like a G, like Google, right? It can be a pretty useful thing for a light, like a night lamp. But I did not use that. So it's basically for decoration. I can, you know, have the speaker on and listen to music as loud as I can. I've always wanted a speaker and I finally got it. So that's the end of the journey. No, not the end of the journey. The end of the journey in the school. And after that, I have one more day to do like some fun activities with my aunt and uncle. I remember that we played a very special game. It's basically, we got into a float, and then it's like float on the flowing water. The flowing water is like very extreme, and you have to be over 14 to play it. But sadly, I'm only 12 years old. Actually, I'm 13. It's not my birthday yet. So I would say I'm 13. I'm not 14 yet. But because, like, the manager there is a friend of my aunt, so they still let me play. The thing is that it's too scary. And I just screamed the entire journey without stopping. Even though it's funny because in the beginning, I told my uncle that I will participated in the no screaming challenge. But then disaster. I cannot stop screaming. It's so scary. And I'm scared that I'll get floated away, which I nearly get floated away in the flowing stream. So basically, the stream is around 3 kilometers. It's a pretty long journey, but it is still worth every penny. It's worth it. I think it's worth it. And after that, we get a foot massage by some fish. It's not a regular foot massage. It's like it's comfortable, I guess, but I'm not used to, a lot of fish just mumbling on my foot. It's a bit giggling, and I cannot help laughing at all. So yeah, it's the foot massage. And I went back home. It's in my journey. It's pretty fun, and I think it's worth it. It's probably the first trip that I've went far from home. Before that, the trip that I had been far from home is the trip to Halong Bay. It's a long time ago. It's not that far, but this trip is to the central of Vietnam, and it's really far away. And I love everything about it. It's been 15 minutes already, and I cannot stop talking to you guys because I have so many things to tell you. So, I have one last thing to show you, which is some cool stuff that I received from my IGS school. I couldn't go to the celebration there. So they actually sent me some presents because I am the honor student there. So I have got this one first. From first glance, it's like a book, right? I thought it's a book, but it's not a book. It's actually a toy. I will open it. So this is like Gypsum Archaeology Toys Found Eurosec, and it's 3+ ages. Oh yeah, I think it's actually a very familiar game. It's a common game, and I've seen some people review it on TikTok and on YouTube already. So this is the game. I will show you. Is this familiar? Like, we have some rock, and we will basically have some tools, and we'll just hit the rock until there's a dinosaur inside here. And we'll just clean it, we'll fix it over, and ta-da, there's a dinosaur. Here's how to play it. Look. Yeah. It's the first one. I think I'll play it somehow. It's a little bit dirty playing this one. And the second gift is this. It's like a Rubik's Cube. Puzzle Rubik's Cube. At first, I thought it's gonna be hard. But to be honest, it's not hard. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. At first, I thought it's hard to fix this Rubik's Cube. But then, look at this. I can fix it in yeah, it's over. Look. There's the Rubik's Cube. So this toy is actually pretty easy, but it's a beautiful piece for decoration. It's my treasure. So that's all the cool things I want to show you. Now I'm gonna fly away to my other places and do some fun. Maybe play some games or maybe work on my Bluetooth speaker. I have no idea. But bye for now. See you. I hope you love chatting with me.